this public hearing for Monday, May 17, 2021, and it's 7 p.m. at this moment. So I'd like to read some rules for the House. So public comment shall be conducted in accordance with the following procedures. Each person wishing to address the council or committee thereof shall, upon recognition by the presiding officer, give his or her name, address, and if he or she represents a group, shall in addition state for the record the name and address of said group or organization, and shall limit his or her remarks to 3 minutes. All remarks shall be addressed to the council as a body and not as any individual member. Any person making personal, impertinent, or slanderous remarks, or who becomes boisterous while addressing the council, shall be forthwith barred by the presiding officer from further audience at said meeting unless permission to remain is granted by 2/3 vote of the council members present and voting. During public comment, there shall be no debate by the council, although question may be asked by council persons making such presentations. For members of the community, please be advised. For members of the community, please be advised that this meeting is being broadcasted and recorded by Hartford Public Access Television and can be viewed via the HPA-TV Facebook, also Comcast Xfinity Channel 96, also www.hpatv.org or channel 6032 for Frontier customers. Also, Spanish interpretation is provided through a partnership with the City of Hartford and the Hartford Public Library. Additional accommodation can be made available with enough notice to my office or the council president's office. So with that, we will commence this meeting, this public hearing, starting with Ramon De Jesus. Ramon De Jesus, welcome. Good evening.
Hello. So this is my first time being on one of these town halls, so please bear with me. I had inquired on some information. It was before I wanted to talk about some other concerns, and then one of your representatives mentioned this town hall meeting about the food trucks in general. I reside at 755 Weathersfield Avenue, Hartford, Connecticut, 06114. I don't have a lot of information on the ordinance itself and on the adjustments that are being made. I did get to review some of the information as to like the maps, the food trucks, parks, and all that. So I don't know if I have enough content to really give insight on that piece. But what I do know is that I have some concerns with some food trucks that are parked literally outside of my house every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. This food truck attracts a lot of people who are blocking my driveway. There's people parking literally in the middle of the road to grab food at this particular food truck. There's sometimes one, there's sometimes two. So my piece would be that, you know, if we are going to open this up to more of a, let's have certain areas for the food trucks, you know, I'm hoping that the city's being mindful of, you know, whether there's crosswalks, whether there's children, school zones, and that safety is being put at the forefront of these food trucks operating. Because what I see out here with my own eyes, it looks hazardous, it looks risky, and I know these guys are making a living, and I'm not against that. I think everybody has a right to make a living how they want, but I think some of these food trucks, especially down here in the South End, the way they're operating seems a little reckless and dangerous. And that's just my piece for now. Again, I wasn't well prepared for this. I just got a lot of the information this morning. So that's just my take. And I'll give the floor with that.
Okay, so I you know, I do have a couple of questions for you because I am working on that ordinance as well as the rest of the council. So I am very well aware of the situation that's been going on since for, I'll say, a year and a half ago, and it's escalated last year to a level that's really is almost uncontrollable, disrespectful to the residents that actually lives there and does go to work. So this year, has this situation started just this past weekend, or has it been earlier than that?
Well, it's ironic you asked that because I started noticing first about a month ago. I did start noticing that around 8:30ish, 9 o'clock, they started exiting. So that was like the first sign that I got that there was some kind of measures being put into place. That started about a month ago where the trucks started leaving at a certain time. And I got to be honest, as of the last month or so, it has de-escalated a little. I got to be honest about that, but not to a point where, there's no risk. I'm assuming, I'm expecting every Friday when I come in, I'm expecting to ask somebody to move because they're blocking the driveway. Like one guy actually got like violent with me, and I got thinking this is also avoidable. But yes, I've seen an improvement in the times. They are leaving early, and yes, it's lesser now than before. Yes.
Okay, my second question, and I'll let you go after this. Are your neighbors also having concerns with the type of, kind of like flash mob coming around to the food trucks on Witherspoon Avenue where you live at?
Yes. So a couple of my neighbors that I have close contact with have expressed the same concerns that I'm expressing. They just don't have the ability, the tech ability. They're not tech savvy. They're old school. One of them is Luis. He's like the super here. And he also not too long ago got into it with somebody. And these guys were, again, literally face to face, ready to fight over the blocking of the driveway. Again, no consideration. And that's the best part, the music blasting. But yes, other neighbors have the same concern. I just don't think they're able to communicate it the way I am.
Okay, I do appreciate you coming online today at the public hearing to share your concerns as well as your neighbors, and I'm glad you did share that. I've been well aware of the situation for a year and a half ago, and I am trying my very best to have a better control on by amending the ordinance so that our Hartford residents, especially those that live in those areas that's suffering, no sleep, unable to get to work, unable to get home from work because of the crowd that unfortunately the food truck attracts. I'm all for food trucks. I'm all for making a living, but there's for some odd reason it does bring a level of disturbance to the neighborhood that is not beneficial, is not safe or healthy for our residents. So thank you so much, Mr. De Jesus, for coming online. Appreciate
Absolutely.
it.
I appreciate it, Mr. Sanchez. Take care. Thank you.
Okay, next to speak is Ms. Luz Holmes.
Hello, good evening. My name is Luz Holmes. I am representing the Upper Albany Neighborhood Revitalization Zone. Thank you for having me. Do I start with my commentary now?
Yes, can you please give me your full address?
Sure. My address is 143 Kenyon Street, Hartford, Connecticut, 06105. And like I said, I am representing Upper Albany Neighborhood Revitalization Zone.
Okay, and the floor is yours.
Awesome, thank you. So I was just, I do support the proposal, well, the amendments that were made by our development services. And I just had a few sections where I just wanted to highlight some of the issues that we've had in our neighborhood. I'm going to see if there's anything that can be, amended regarding the sections. And so section 27 to 37 D, it talks about impeding the flow of traffic. What is when it comes to impeding the flow of traffic, what does that entail in regards to, is it like just the visibility, that kind of thing? Is there any specificity that can be associated with that particular area, just so that we know what that looks like or what that is? So impedes the flow of traffic is what I'm referring to. Then section 2745B, it says that that I'm sorry, I'm looking at the actual document and trying to find where that is too. Yes, so it says that no itinerary vendor shall sell or attempt to affect the sale of goods, ware, or merchandise at any location within the 500 feet of any recreation center or school, regardless of the zoning district in which such facilities is located. While you guys, the new amended ones, have exempted people from being in residential and neighborhoods. Is there any way that we can also add to benefit the merchants that have actual locations that sell goods, food goods, from them also being away from that location as well? So if you have a restaurant that sells food, they can't be within 5 feet of that actual location, because those are taxpayers as well. And that can impede in their sales as well. So I'm sorry, I'm trying to go fast.
You have some time.
Okay. The most recent approved schedule of locations that is in the new amended ones that will be controlled by the Development Services Department, would that be public knowledge, or would a NRZ chair or community entity be able to see that list as well? So the most recent approved schedule of locations, which is in section 2750. The process of NRZ complaints. So in our neighborhood, we just actually the community entities mitigated an issue between a business owner and a food truck vendor. And so I do think that there should be something in there where the NRZs have a specific process of addressing an issue or reporting an issue and having that followed up upon in a timely manner, being that we are on the front line helping mitigate issues that may happen between business owners that have actual cement locations and those that may be vending around them. And that goes back to the can there be a 500 feet distance between those entities as well requirement. Section 27 to 25C, who will be choosing the designated area for the 2 citywide midnight mobile vendor locations? And if you have the answer to that, I just wanted to know what process would be taken to choose those 2 locations for the 2 vendors that will be allowed to stay open until midnight. And lastly, if there is any proposal to put a food truck park in the old police substation, whether it falls into Upper Albany NRZ or borders our neighborhood, we do not support that idea. Just with all of the different things that's going on over there. If we were to propose any additional locations, we will propose Homestead and Burton lot, the Homestead and Sargent lot, or the location, the lot that's over by Keeney Park and behind the Artist Collective, that can also contribute to the synergy around people taking part in the park activities. And that's all I have.
Okay, so Ms. Holmes, I really appreciate, you have quite a few questions, legitimately to what the purpose is. So if you can you send those questions to james.sanchez@hartford.gov and also to the rest of council? And if you can you share your email on this thread, on this virtual meeting? Yeah, sure. So that we can respond to it as well. So I will tell you that we are planning to have or look into having a food truck district. What I've suggested is that we have one at the Riverside Park, at the Charter Landing, and also maybe a small section at the Colts Park area, but a very small section because there's new residential apartments there and condos. So we don't want to affect or have a negative impact on that area, just like in any other neighborhood with single family homes. I am curious though, did anyone reach out to the NRZs about this ordinance, or, because I'm pretty sure that Development Services has sent out an email to all the
Yes.
NRZs.
So specifically with our NRZ, and I do want to acknowledge Ms. Surgeon. She did let us know about this conversation at the beginning, as well as we have stated our concerns with Amy Chambers, who I believe was a part of the amendment of this, and actually, to just, sing her praises, she did ask some of the things that we, had verbalized in our meetings. So.
Okay, I appreciate that. So if you can, please send us all those questions, and I'll make sure that you get a response for every single one, and we'll make sure that we include Amy Chambers and Development Services on that.
Great, thank you so much.
Thank you. Do we have any other speakers?
Oh, I think Ms. Surgeon has her hand up.
Yes, Councilwoman Surgeon, I'm sorry. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Luz, thank you very much for your input. And I'm really happy to hear that the Upper Albany NRZ have actually did read the ordinance and is looking and give us some ideas of how to better improve the ordinance. A couple of things you mentioned regarding impeding flow of traffic. That was one of your questions, I think you have in 27B. After speaking with Development Services on that issue, basically what that means, sidewalk, you're not on the sidewalk, or, your food truck is not anywhere where, traffic can't get around it. So that's what they mean by the impede. They can't be anywhere to impede the traffic.
Okay.
The other issue.
Just to say on that, specifically with Woodland Street, that street has turned into one lane now with the project, and so if anything could be added on that, and if a food truck is parked on the right hand side or the left hand side, that requires someone to pass over the line, and impedes the visual the visual of a car, so that can cause issues, and you already know the issues that we've had in that area.
Right. So I believe that area is taken out of the new ordinance, Luz.
Oh, okay.
So that's on now.
Woodland and oh, perfect. Okay. I missed that, sorry.
Yep. So Amy did hear your Upper Albany concerns regarding that. And choosing the location for the where the midnight food truck location will be. That is a Development Services, and I'm sure if councilperson has any input in the process, I'm sure we can pass it on.
Absolutely.
No, but that's the Development Services decision. But I'm sure Councilman Sanchez, I've already thought about the areas he would like to see, and I'm sure he'll share his thoughts with Development Services. As far as I think we did approve the location, yep. And as far as the number of feet away from businesses, that's a very difficult thing. I think Councilman Sanchez had asked for that change when we had our committee meeting on that issue.
Yeah,
and I don't think.
So the present ordinance, I believe, it states 20 feet, and then
Right.
This new ordinance, amended ordinance, is 50 feet. And
Right.
I put in a request to make it 100 feet.
Yeah.
So that we don't have the food trucks parked immediately in front of an establishment that's that's already there. I find it disrespectful, but it's just to make sure that it's all fair.
Okay, I didn't see that part, because I seen it where it said struck it impeded. No, it said that they couldn't be around a school or a recreation center. I didn't see it. I didn't see where it said a business, a actual business. So
Right.
is that where am I missing something?
So I will have to look at the ordinance, amend the ordinance again, and give you the information afterwards.
Okay.
But I do find it difficult to understand why we can't have something, food truck near a recreation center. So I'm gonna have to look into that one also.
Okay. That sounds good. I'll
Thanks,
definitely
Luz,
reach
for
out.
calling in.
Thank you all for having me.
Thank you. Do we have anyone else? Going once, going twice? All right, so thank you everyone for joining us this evening, and have a safe evening. Summer is coming around the corner very soon. Please still continue using your mask, get your vaccine. We have a question from Councilwoman Surgeon.
No, I just want to let you know, Mr. Chair, that there was some incorrect information that Luz had stated in the public hearing, which we will have Development Services send her the correct language in the new ordinance.
Okay, she probably have the first or second draft, maybe.
Yes, I don't think
because
she has the last draft. Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So,
Okay,
you okay? Thank you, sir. Sorry to interrupt.
Thank you for acknowledging that and sharing it with us. Councilman Gale. Oh, okay. All right, so, we have no other commentators on, so I just want to thank everyone for joining us again. And again, as I said, please continue using your mask. We're trying to protect ourselves, but most importantly, our families and our friends. If you have doubts getting your vaccines, reach out to someone that has knowledge on the differences of these vaccines that we have, vaccine, Moderna, and also Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson. It's worth taking the opportunity to protect yourself and your family. Councilwoman Bermudez.
Thank you. Through you, Councilman Sanchez. I just wanted to mention for folks who are watching, 860-757-9311, 860-757-9311. That's the city 311 number to see where is the latest vaccine, because we do have a lot of great organizations in Hartford that are providing free vaccines.
Thank you so much, Councilwoman Bermudez. Do we have any other council members that would like to share any information this evening? Okay. So with that, said, thank you so much, everyone, again. Have a good night. I call this meeting adjourned. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.